Let's take a moment and examine what the word average or mean actually means. Let's say that each of these little purple dudes is one of my friends, and they all come over and get some pistachio nuts. Each gets however many that particular one wants. And I am curious to see the average number of pistachio nuts that they all get, because I'm curious, how much do people like pistachio nuts? How many, whenever they're coming in the future, how many pistachio nuts should I get so I can be prepared? What's the average that they're going to want? And so to find average, what that really means is, even though they all got different amounts, and there might be, well, I see that these two friends, they got the same. So you might have a few that are the same. You'd call that the mode, of course, because there's two different ones with 4, and there's only one of 1 and 2, 4, 6, and 5. Anyhow, so what it actually means, average, is if it was all even, if everybody got the same amount given these, what would it be? What would be kind of like the middle? So I'm going to take these pistachio nuts that I already have, and I'm just going to spread them out, and so everybody gets the same amount. Let's see. I'm going to go. Got the most. That was actually easier than I realized. Oh, well, wouldn't you know, everybody got the same amount. The average would be 4. That's kind of funny because that was the mean too. I mean, that was the mode as well. That happens every now and then. So this is the simple way of just making sure everything is even. The other way, the way mathematically that we figure out the average or the mean, is we just put them all together. And by doing this, you would just kind of add them all up to see how many you have in all. I know that I have 20 because I've counted. So I add up everybody's number of pistachios, and I get that number. And there are 5 dudes getting pistachio nuts, so then I'm going to divide them evenly among the 5 dudes. So everybody gets 1. Everybody gets 2. Everybody gets 3. Everybody gets 4. Oh, and that's it, 4. So that is the way we mathematically get the average or mean, is we just put them all together and then disperse them evenly, divide by however many we have. So, given that, let's start our lesson. Which dog scored above average on the test? Well, what is an average score on this particular test? So it looks like it's sort of an obedience type test, where they're doing little tricks and stuff. So you have all the dogs, and then you have all their scores. You can see, they're in order from smallest to biggest. So you can see who is the most trainable, who is the least trainable. I don't think this is necessarily smartest and not smartest, because cats would be 1, if that much, most of them, and they're smart. They just have no interest in pleasing us or doing for us. Anyhow, so, well, what's the average? And so who's above average? We could probably assume that these are above average, but what exactly is the average? So is Coco above average? Is 3 considered above average? Is 4 considered above average? Well, we'd have to find the average. So what we'll do is, we'll take this sheet. It's obedience school. Here are those same test results. Here's our question. These are the dogs who have performed the best and the least best, worst. And we're going to find out which did above average. Well, in order to find out who did above average, well, first we have to find out average. Here is the algebraic formula for average, or mean. X1, X2, X3, and on and on. Each one of these is going to be, that's X1, X2, X3, X4. It's the numbers, and then you're going to divide by however many there are. So the formula in plain words is find the sum divide that, let me make that a capital, divide that by the total quantity. Definition of average is just sort of like the central tendency when all is evenly spread. Okay, so let's first find the average. Step 1, sum the elements. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1. 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2. Plus 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 7. And we'll add those up. Let me see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I love touch points. So it's going to be 9 plus, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then 3 plus 4 is 7. Plus 7 plus 7 is 14. Okay, so now it gives me, I'm going to add these to get 21. 9 plus 21 is 30. That was my little method of adding them all up. You have your own method. You may not like my method, and that's okay. This is one of those things where you do what's easiest for you. Just add them all up in whatever way works. Okay, so the sum of all the elements is 30. Divide by the number of elements. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dogs. 30 divided by 10 is 3. So the mean or average is 3. The question is, which dog scored above average on the test? Well, Coco was average. Honey, Stella, and Ladybird. What does the mean tell you? Most dogs perform below average. That's interesting. So, who scored above average? Honey, Stella, and Ladybird scored above average. Boom. Okay. Now, for your assignment, you'll do basically the same thing. Which celebrities have an above average number of followers on Twitter? So it's got top 10 Twitter users. I have no idea how accurate this is or when this was made. There's no year on it, so I don't even know who Cristiano Ronaldo is. Anyhow, so these are followers in millions, 106 million, 104 million, on down. The question is, which celebrities have an above average number of followers? So you will add up all of these. Just add them all up. They didn't give you much space. So you kind of want to write a little bit smaller. 106, 104, 104. Add them all up. Use your calculator, it's fine. Write the sum right here, divide by the number of elements, so you're going to count, well, there's obviously 10, and then there's your mean. And then you can explain what this means to you, kind of interpret what you got out of this. It is kind of interesting.